ene ye call National Service Authority akachi say mobekaya a year 2025 and Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayine Akuritinga, he is my man, right? Dr. Dominic Ayine Akuritinga is my man. In fact, I love that man. He didn't be dead. Dr. Dominic Ayine Akuritinga. And what the charge? A boy, a year Gifty-Oware Mensa, or no year Deputy Chief Executive for National Service Authority. Na udini juma between 2021 to 2024. Na emu ena investigative journalists our fourth estate. In fact, so one of the crucial media bodies are committed to transforming Ghana through their journalistic worker fourth estate. Now it was through their investigation and who said national service authority on they have capitalized on the vulnerability of the system and embedded what popularly known as ghost names into the systems. So these ghost names, of whom some are people of 90-year-old, people of 9-year-old, and they say, had their names in the central management system at the National Service Authority, and all these personnel were getting paid. Now, after this investigation, and fourth estate at the report ekoma Dr. Dominic Ayine Akuritinga ono Attorney General for Ghana almost anaso and they worked closely with other investigative bodies Ghana ha ebi say the Auditor General said they will trace the process of all the transactions happening here in that particular scandal. Now Auditor General, I didn't report about Ghana for say about 2.2 billion Ghana cedis every day. 2.2 billion. Sika sa a course scandal remain asim kuma 2.2 billion. E betimi anema bebre. Betimi anema betimi agye wo kurom ha no. In fact, e betimi asi school dan bebre ene ama ye nkora bebre a wono ewo various communities are omunya baby entena so ombesua de. There is one colleague of mine Pandai say Pandai there is a place like that. Was it school anywhere? What you say? So all these monies could have been used for such a development and such projects. Interestingly, Ghana is losing about $3 billion. $3 billion. I said no question. $3 billion to corruption annually. No matter corruption catastrophe project and 3 billion annually. Meanwhile, the kind of development this money can a year do and then because of how vulnerable our various institutions are, how vulnerable our various systems are, people are always capitalizing on the vulnerability of such systems. Now, about Sano, and I just say, Dr. Dominic Ayine Akuritinga, at the Kwadu, a ball, Gifty-Oware Mensa, and the charges on the ball on as Yedi Kain. She abused her office. Be a chief executive officer, deputy. Just a system, overload. It was system, open away. So she was charged. Say she abused her position as deputy director for national service. They told me stealing. Well, in the scandal, you can say we are on mine about 38 point something million Ghana cedis. And that is where stealing, and stealing was also part of the charges. I had born. Yet also be money laundering. Money laundering. Why is it money laundering? Of course, after that money allegedly was stolen, she set up some mysterious company that was in her name in order to launder the money that was allegedly stolen. So that is what it means to say money has been laundered. In the money laundering, And you to be willfully causing financial loss to the state. Of course, that monies which went into her account were monies that were not supposed to go into the account. And because fake names were created, fake credentials were created, ghost names were created, so that those monies could go into those accounts, fake accounts, and she, as the sole beneficiary, could benefit. These were some of the charges, and one other charge I had a born. Now, a quarter, aquasitna, do one dinasem, any amani building, a buy man for I can want someone. Now, a year 29th, court aquasitna, and a year enra, court to aquasitna. Now, in the 1992 Constitution, say already article a year 19. Clause 2, and answer subsection 2. Well, if I don't even pronounce it well, I can be caught. And as I can be cited a year contempt of court. Quickly now, Mama ready what it means. Say a court na the prosecution, a catcher a year court, say the defense should file or more witnesses. So that what with the case now, what it actually means. Now, Gary Nimakwa or the lawyer of a Gifty-Oware Mensa was it Debbie Sadiana court a chair say a was of filing the witnesses. It is in contravention, and I say a contravening article 19 of the 1992 Constitution. Now, well, what does it say? Me pese you read it. Say na be ya obetias here. Me when I read of some particular submission, I was like, what does the law actually say? What does the Constitution actually say? So quickly now, let's go into what the law has to say with regards to a year 1992 Constitution regarding what should be said about a year criminal offenses, especially in this particular case, a year Gifty-Oware Mensa. Now, this is what the article a year 2C of the 1992 Constitution says. A person charged with criminal offense shall be presumed to be innocent until he is proven or has pleaded guilty. I think that this is the popular statement. Ayana lawyers etamiki. You are innocent until proven guilty. So I thought that it was a weird law. So you don't have to presume if you are a lawyer, if you are the prosecutor, you don't have to presume, or whether you are the court, you don't have to presume that somebody who has been accused is actually a criminal and I said guilty. Well, unless more prove. Now, this is what the actual law, the whole article, this is what it says. The 19. What do you do now? This is what it says. A person charged with criminal offense shall be given a fair hearing within a reasonable time by a court. A person charged with criminal offense shall A. In the case of an offense other than high treason or treason, criminal offense under military law tried by a military tribunal, or an offense punishable by death, have the option of trial by jury or by a judge alone. B. Be informed immediately in a language that he understands and in detail of the nature of offense charge. C. Now this is the most important part, and I think that this is where Guy Nimako, being the lawyer of Gifty-Oware Mensa, was saying that it contravenes and it infringes upon the fundamental human right of Gifty-Oware Mensa. Now this is what it says. C. Be presumed to be innocent until he is proven or has pleaded guilty. So, Yenimsa Gifty-Oware has pleaded not guilty to the charges. And it is a unpleaded charges there. Then she is innocent until proven guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction. Now, I know, Guy Nimako, or a lawyer, Edema. A Gifty-Oware Mensa, I say he will need the case to be referred to the Supreme Court. So this particular law will be interpreted because officially said it is infringing upon the human rights of a client. Now, near Wasaka the presumption of innocence. And this particular issue already the court asking them to file witnesses. So say we will be there dance here in my case, Well, it is part of what they call practice direction, disclosures, and case management in criminal proceedings. Of course, it was gazetted in November 2018. Just effective even till now. No, and a guy in Makwa, or a lawyer for Gifty-Oware. If you are asking my client, or Gifty-Oware Mensa, say unprovided witnesses, I don't think it is the right thing to do, and therefore they are seeking for the friend interpretation of a particular law. But in fact, Jaja or Tra Akunyamu, eti asena no say no. So now try a date ya me ma setting it is still fixed. Eti nyame boa. Well, this is the motion that we have raised. We will come back to that motion on February 10th. Now on February 11th, I know the case nankasa try I know the yashase. Already the prosecution has called the first witness in this particular case. Now prosecution also KBB. The prosecution here the state in this case, because it is the state that has filed a case against Gifty-Oware. Now prosecution I can say Debbie filing your witnesses in no way contravene sa article no Gary Nimako, our lawyer for Gifty-Oware Mensa Ekano. It is actually going to help the defense, So a case, it can be well streamlined. Oh, I say things are in order. So it will not delay, because there is this popular saying justice delayed is justice denied. So adiano ye case, but if the idea we the team for enya and it's the lawyers use technicalities in order to delay the case, then you are not helping the entire fight against corruption. But can you fault them? The answer is no, because they are doing their work as lawyers, and it is their duty to protect their client. And that is exactly what Gary Nimako is doing in this case, or protecting the client. And the client here is Gifty-Oware Mensa. And interestingly, regardless of what she has been perceived to have done, he as a lawyer will still have to protect him. But it is what it is, everybody. It is what it is. You may follow case, Now, whatever happens, if the court gives a ruling on that motion, here will be the first place. I'll bet a home assem. As it stands there, you know, or that's so actually. Aban kukumu a chese idi nasem na case ya Ghana fo bebre no a ani ewo ho na ne yebebo e free motion mu ebeba on February 10th and then February 11th no you will be the first to let you know Island TV Plus wajibra wati no be like video no share no subscribe now so what do comment about what do you think about this particular case? Has it prolonged? How fast do you want the case to proceed? Is there anything that the court can do in order to fast track this case? May you didn't share our comment section say unlike video so like na fi wa share